Alright folks, Pitching Ace Idiot, and we are back. Playing Criminal Case on Facebook. Case number 24, hanging by a thread. Last case of Jazz Town, where we are going to hopefully figure out who the puppeteer is. Let's go on to chapter number 2. Commissioner Ace, we need your help. The puppeteer's just broken into our house. I'm really scared. Jessica, Ace is right. You need to stay here with the kids. After all, the puppeteer replied to Jan's open letter in the newspaper, so it makes sense the serial killer would want to target him. But where is Jan, Jessica? I don't know, he hasn't been himself lately, and he's been gone all day. I'm so worried. We need to find him. Meanwhile, Ace, you need to investigate Jan's house to see if the puppeteer is behind this. It's a little stressful, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, it's a little stressful. Let's see what we can find in Jan's basement. Let's see. High heel. For Dinah. Incense burner. Crab. Chest. Of course that's gonna house something. Top hat and toy car. Ooh. I'm the only one who sped this up so far. Cool. Hey, I agree, Ace. I kind of feel weird looking through Jan's house, but if the puppeteer came here, we can't overlook anything. And why'd you pick up that woman's shoe? You're right, the victim was missing a left shoe just like this one. But why would it be in Jan's basement? I agree, let's keep the questions for later. Let's start by collecting a sample of that white powder on it. And you picked up Jan's safe. Well, as you said, we can't overlook anything, so if you want to unlock it, I'm right behind you. Man, I hope you didn't do it, Jan. I hope you didn't do it. I hope you haven't been doing it. I sure hope he hasn't. Alright, now that you've collected whatever that white substance is off of that shoe, let's get to the lab. Except Jan's not around. Who else should we send the sample to? Ace? Oh yeah, Roxy. Let's do this. It's gonna take Roxy longer or shorter to do this. Let's see. Okay. Take her a little bit longer. Makes some sense. H87. That's an E. There we go. Perfect. Good work decoding the lock on Jan's safe, but if he gets angry at us, I'm blaming you. Oh, great, it's filled with a bunch of his junk. Since you've already done the lock, can you dig through it as well? Just for consistency's sake, of course. Yeah, I'll bet you will find a little bit more documentation on the puppeteer. Yep, told you. Oh. Whoa, Jan's safe was filled with the stuff about the puppeteer. He was really obsessed, wasn't he? Anyway, did you find anything? Card advertising a new book, Inside the Mind of the Puppeteer. Ah, so we have an expert on the serial killer. And you say we know that woman, Ace? She's a shrink you met in a previous investigation. That's right. It's quite a coincidence that our new book on the puppeteer is coming out just when the killings have started again. I guess it's time we went to psychoanalyze the shrink. Madeline DeVille. She's a little young for this, but let's see what she has to say for herself. Miss DeVille, Commissioner Ace would like to talk to you about your upcoming book on the puppeteer. Oh, that serial killer is absolutely fascinating. After all those years of killing still on the loose, only a genius could outsmart the police. Lady, your enthusiasm is off-putting. Did you know that the freak you so admire just killed another victim, a certain Dinah Cooper? Wait, you mean the puppeteer is back? Oh my, I've been waiting so long for this, and it will coincide perfectly with my new book. The puppeteer is such a brilliant person. I've gotten pretty versed in the mechanics of the puppets while studying this character. It's quite complex. Anyways, I have to dash off now. Wish me luck on with the book launch. Oh my goodness. You're insane. But anyways, guys, we'll see you guys in 15 hours. Au revoir. Alright folks, Pitching Ace 88, we're back playing Criminal Case on Facebook, Pacific Bay. Case number 24, Hanging by a Thread. If you guys may be wondering why this took a little bit longer, I went to Angels game, playoffs baby, but they ended up losing, but it went extra innings, it went super long. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. My voice is very hoarse, but I'm gonna go through this, man. But yes, I'm a diehard Angels fan, so I go crazy about this sort of stuff. So for you guys in other countries, it's basically like being a football fan. So do I look like Jan to you, Frank? Last time I checked, he was in charge of lab samples. Jan's vanished. Nobody's seen him in a while, or seen him all day. Besides, it's good practice for you to do this stuff once in a while, Roxy. Well, you should practice buying me a drink once in a while. Anyway, I've managed to identify the white substance you collected from this shoe as rosin. Dancers use rosin on their shoes when they're performing on a slippery floor. If that wasn't enough, there are also skin cells on the sample that match your victim's DNA. So the shoe Ace found in Jan's house really does belong to Dinah. But how did it get there? Oh, I know. Jan's wife is convinced the puppeteer had broken into their home. Maybe the killer is trying to frame Jan. But you're right, Ace. If the puppeteer didn't break into the house, then that means Jan killed... Ugh, I can't even bring myself to say it. This is horrible, but I agree with you. The only way we can prove Jan is innocent by adding him to our suspect. Boy, I just can't believe it. That guy wouldn't hurt a fly. And either way, we really need to have a chat with Jan. But I wanted to go on record that this is bonkers. Come on, let's ask his wife if she's heard from him. He does have the, the lay Mardi Gras thing. Jessica, we really need to speak to your husband. Have you heard from him at all? He only sent me a text message telling me to come to the station, where I'd be safe. Why? What's wrong? Look, we need your help. We have to talk to him. Can you please message him and tell him to come straight away to the station? Tell him it's an emergency. Come on, Jan. Don't make us run for you too much. It's not gonna be good. Okay, he doesn't have any other distinguishing features, so... I just got a text from my wife telling me to come to the station. That it's an emergency. Is everything alright? I don't know, Jan. You tell us. The puppeteer suddenly starts killing again. You choose that exact moment to disappear. And to make matters worse, Ace found the victim's shoe in your house. Didn't Jessica tell you? I'm sure the puppeteer broke into our home. The shoe must have been left there on purpose. Listen, Jan, this isn't easy, but we don't have a choice. You're now a suspect in this investigation. What? Ace, Frank, come on. My own parents were murdered by the puppeteer, and yet you think I could be the serial killer? That's insane. Don't you see I'm being framed? I spent too many years trying to catch the puppeteer, and now they're playing with me. Making me a suspect is what the killer wants. Sorry. Give me a second. Your refusal to cooperate is kind of making you look guilty right now. Why don't you calm down? If you're innocent, you know you can trust Ace to clear your name. Yeah, you're right. Well, to show you my goodwill, let me tell you straight up. I'm good with mechanics, just like the puppeteer. You better add that to my profile, Ace. Thank you. So, was it just me, Ace, or was Jan acting highly suspicious? He didn't even just try to justify why he didn't show up for work today. Well, one thing's for sure, that man wasn't the boring Jan we've learned to love. I don't even recognize him anymore. You're right, we need answers fast, and the only way to do that is by solving the case. What do you say we go kick things off with a steamboat? Some fresh air will do us good. Yeah, actually, I definitely apologize a little bit for you guys. For my voice. The game I was going crazy at, so... It was intense. It was so much fun. I had so much fun. I didn't realize that I'd been screaming for as much as I had, but I'll bet you I probably screamed my butt off. Anyways. Torn pieces. Burger. Paper file. Syringe. Whoa, lots of clues. Sacks and anchor. Well, as most of you guys know, well, look at that. I'm actually doing almost as good as most of the people. Well, Ace, I still haven't found the boat's liquor cabinet, but thankfully you got some other gems to make this trip worthwhile. Like this, torn book or whatever it is. And what's this? A restraining order with our victim's name on it? Think you can retrieve the rest of what was written on this? Why did you pick this syringe up? You should be careful with that. You don't know who's touched it last. Oh, you're right. Roxy did mention that Dinah had been injected with a strong sedative shortly before being killed. Do you think the killer may have touched this syringe? Let's rush it to the lab then. Let's rush it to the lab. Oh, enjoy Louis Freddy. Interesting. Huh. Look at you, Ace, restoring a children's book. Are you going to read me a bedtime story? It's called The Adventurous Puppet. Another reference to puppets here that we can't ignore. There's also a note. Enjoy Louis, signed by Freddy. That's the same Freddy from earlier, eh? And you think Louis is Dinah's son, Ace? You're right. Given their previous argument, I don't think Freddy was on friendly terms with Dinah. So why would he gift her son a book about puppets? We better go talk to him again. I wonder who the boy's father really is. Anyone want to venture? Oh, somebody actually mentioned that this guy would be a suspect. Well, that was quick, Ace. You revealed the restraining order Dinah Cooper filed against Stanley Bullock. Her own neighbor was harassing her. He acted all nice the first time we talked to him, but he won't be able to keep up his lies this time. What's up, Freddy? So, Freddy, not only did you hire Dinah as a dancer, but you also befriended her son, Louis. Why did you give him a book about puppets? I know Dinah just got killed by the puppeteer, so that gift now seems like a terrible choice. But it's unfair to judge me because of that. I got on well with kids, okay? And Louis would always come to work with Dinah because she couldn't afford a babysitter. He'd always hang around all alone. Worse still, Dinah kept yelling at him, her own son. Don't touch that, don't do this. It broke my heart seeing the kids so miserable. So I asked Louis for help preparing the carnival floats. I taught him some of the mechanics behind the machinery. He loved it. His face just lit up. Kids need to be encouraged to learn. They don't need to be a lousy mother who yells at them and tries to control them. Are you suggesting Louis is better off without his mother? Well, I never said that, but I hate seeing people miserable, especially kids. I consider myself a kid at heart. That's why I organized a carnival, to share this joy with people. Dude, I want to say that I think he's the guy. I think he is. I think he organizes the carnival as like a cover for when he does his murders. That's just my guess. Officers, I've already warned you. I don't want to talk about the puppeteer. I was found innocent once before, and if you continue, I will sue. New victim, new crime, new evidence. Sorry, Stanley, you're not off the hook. You better start talking about that restraining order Dinah filed against you. That wrench. Dinah kept flirting with me and inviting me around to her house. I'd fix the mechanics of her car, check the plumbing. The more time we spent together, the more I felt for her. But when I expressed my feelings, she suddenly called me a stalker. She led me on and then filed a restraining order against me. Who do you think she thinks she was, pulling on the strings of my heart like that? She used me, so I'm glad somebody strung her up. Now she knows what it feels like to be controlled by someone else. Whoa, dude. That's poor choice of words, but anyways. So I'm gonna see you guys back in 9 hours. Thank you guys for liking, commenting the previous chapter. I appreciate it so much. I'll see you guys later. Au revoir. Alright, folks, we're back. Let's finish this off. First the powder, now the syringe. I feel guilty doing Jan's job while he's a suspect. Just doesn't feel right. Yeah, but Ace is right. It's not easy for any of us, Roxy. That's why we need to trust the evidence and try to keep our personal feelings out of it. Well, about that, the liquid in the syringe was indeed the same sedative I found in Dinah's body. Sweet, so we know for sure the syringe was used by the killer. And talking about that, I found a strange sticky substance on the end of the syringe. On deeper examination, I found it was a combination of two separate substances, apple and caramel, or caramel. Considering it's Carnival Day, this substance can only have come from one thing, a candy apple. Huh, candy apple. Seems like the puppeteer has remained perpetually stuck in their childhood, and soon they'll be perpetually stuck behind bars. Oh, snap! Still can't believe Jan is an actual suspect, Ace. They say the friendliest people have the darkest secrets. I just hope Jan isn't the puppeteer. It would break this team apart. What about our other suspects, Ace? Freddy had a friendly relationship with the victim's son, Louis, and he thought Dinah was a bad mother. You're right, Stanley led us to believe he and Dinah were great friends, when in fact she was so scared of him she filed a restraining order. And then there's Madeline, the therapist, who has a creepy fascination with the puppeteer. I wouldn't be surprised if she turned out to be the serial killer. Isn't it a horrible feeling, Ace? We've narrowed down the puppeteer to 5 suspects. We're so close, yet so far away. And I bet that's exactly what the killer wants. Ace, you're never going to believe this, but the puppeteer just sent us a message. What? Oh, snaps. Oh, man. I got to get to chapter 3, so I will see you guys all later. Make sure to like and comment. It's been Pitching News 88. Over and out.